Hello, this is my GUI project for ENGR 204. For this project I decided to make a collision calculator. How this calculator works is that it takes the masses and velocities from the left hand corner and it returns the final velocities for elastic, semi-inelastic, and inelastic collisions. This program then shows how changing elasticity changes velocity. Finally, this program shows what each different type of collision looks like after the collision takes place. I created a note here to let people using this calculator know that positive numbers travel to the right and negative to the left. So mostly it's going to be from velocity 2. You'd want to make that negative if you want the object to travel to the left. I also wrote a note that lets people know that masses do not work at 0 or lower because you can't have 0 mass. There's just no collision there. I also created a preset feature that I used a lot for testing, which just simply select an option and it fills in these masses and velocities for you, and then from there you can either change them or just run them as is if you simply just want to see how the calculator works. And speaking of that, how this calculator does work is that it runs the values you've entered in here through a for loop. That for loop changes the elasticity each time and runs each different one through an equation I wrote designed to figure out the final velocities. I also have an if statement in there, as the equation that I wrote does not really work well with elastic equations. So if elasticity is 1, it runs that separate equation instead. Yeah. This program then takes all of these final velocities that it generated by changing the elasticity a bunch of times, and it graphs them here to show what the difference is. This is the velocity for equation mass 1, and this is for the one for mass 2. Finally, we have here the collisions. 0 acts as the point where the collision starts, and how this program works is that each mass, or dot, travels from 0 to its final velocity position. That's why objects with a lower final velocity will travel slower than those with a higher one, which shows off how the collision looks very well. This program also determines the x limit dependent on those final velocities. As you can see here, if I increase this to -10, it's going to change this final velocity here to better illustrate how far it goes. Thank you for your time, and I hope you have a great day.